I realized how much I was misusing my words because, especially in hip hop, there's so many words spoken because, for the most part, people are, are singing very fast or rapping fast. So there's more words fit into a song than just a normal song where it's just singing. And I used to enjoy this type of music, and I would rap along. I caught lyrics very easily, so I would rap along to many of these lyrics. But then I realized that I was misusing my words. Proverbs 18, verse 21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love its fruit will, or rather, those who love it will eat its fruit." But notice it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Um, just to bring this home, what the Bible is saying here, it's not saying death and life is in the power of the government, for instance, or death and life is in the power of the gun or the weapon, or saying death and life and the power of the tongue. I'm just trying to bring the verse home, death and life and the power of the tongue. And I realized that I was misusing my words. I'm going to also read what Jesus said here when he was talking to some of his opponents. He said to them, "You brood of vipers, how can you speak good when you are evil? For out of the abundant for out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks." So notice that he's calling them evil based on their words. He's calling them evil based on the words that they spoke. Listen to the next verse. He says, "The good person out of his good treasure brings forth good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure brings forth evil." And remember, it's in the context of speaking. And he's saying that those who speak evil are essentially evil. They're evil people. And what we're going to find out about what evil really is, because I know we might tend to think of evil as, overtly satanic and drinking blood and sacrificing and all that. But the Bible has a definition for us. It points us to what evil actually is, because we tend to think of things in very extreme forms. But we're going to look at what Jesus is talking about when he's saying evil here. But notice that he's saying that based on your words, he's judging them based on their words. And based on their words, he was calling them evil and a brood of vipers, asking them that, how can you, being evil, speak good things? And then he said that the good person out of the good treasure brings forth good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure brings forth evil. Then he went on to say, "I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." So, in other words, there's no useless word. We have to give an account for the words that we speak. And I guess this is quite sobering because it makes us realize that we can't just run our mouths as we wish, because the power of life and death is in, or rather, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And we're going to be called to give an account for every word. This is what Jesus Christ said.